Coffee and homeopathy, we have to give many perspectives. Number one, the effect of coffee on the person. Number two, effect of coffee on the disease, named disease. Number three, the effect of coffee on the prescription. These are the various angles which we have to see. This title primarily indicates that we are trying to talk about the action of coffee on the prescribed drug in that patient. But we cannot stick to this alone. So, when you give coffee, ask a patient to stop coffee, and he or she stops coffee and takes your medicine. First, the set of symptoms that especially in a person who is habituated and abruptly, implicitly obeys you and stops the coffee instantly, some of the symptoms he might be showing may even be withdrawal symptoms of the coffee, which may be attributed as drug link. Restlessness whether coffee is essential for life. Coffee is not native to India. Tea is not native to India. Cocoa is not native to India, but good for the heart. That cannot be used as a license to ask everybody to drink. Cocoa is supposed to be a great antidepressant, and it is one of the best antidepressants available in the market. Is it the taste of cocoa which makes you feel relaxed, therefore it acts as antidepressant? And alkaloids, then they make it that way. Dark chocolate without sugar is supposed to be again good for the heart. In fact, it is said to even help to improve the HDL levels and all that. So there are so many aspects to coffee, and when it comes to all these aspects, we have to take a holistic view of the coffee drinking habit in a particular patient and see whether he needs to be asked to avoid coffee for the sake of his general condition. He may be obese like me and drinking 3 or 4 cups of coffee, and that he will add milk, the sugar, everything. So over coffee loaded with 120 calories in ஒரு நாளைக்கு 4 காஃபி கொடுத்தா it is equal to 2 breakfasts. So அந்த ஆங்கிள் நீங்க பண்ணணுமா, அல்லது அவனுக்கு இருக்கிற அண்டர்லைங் டிசீஸ் கண்டிஷன் இந்த காஃபியோட மெட்டபாலிசம் 4 hours ஆகுமா? ஆனா நாங்க என்ன சொல்றோம், அரை மணி நேரம் தான் சொல்றோம், சார் அவர் 1 மணி நேரம் சொல்றாரு, half an hour முந்தி சாப்பிட்டு. பட் அது லிவர்ல போகுது. நான் என்ன சொல்றேன், நாங்க பைபாஸ் ரோட நர்வஸ் சிஸ்டம்லாம் போகுது, எங்களுக்கு பிளட் ஸ்ட்ரீம்ல போறதில்ல. நான் ஒரு தியரி சொல்றேன், இது எல்லாமே நம்பிக்கை தான் இல்லையா? இது நம்பிக்கைன்னு சொல்லல, நீங்க சொன்னது ஃபேக்ட், பயோகெமிஸ்ட்ரி புக்ல போட்டிருக்கு. அதுவும் லிவர் ஃபங்க்ஷன் காம்ப்ரமைஸ் ஆன பேஷண்ட் 4 into எவ்வளோ ஒரு நம்பர் பேட் மேட்ச் 34 என்னமோ 96 hours ஆகும். ஒரு கப் காஃபி குடிச்சா 96 மணி நேரத்துக்கு அதோட எஃபெக்ட் இருக்கு, ஹாஃப் லைஃப். அப்போ 5 வாரத்துக்கு ஒரு காஃபி குடிக்கலாம் நீங்கன்னு சொல்ல முடியுமா? இல்ல இந்த மருந்து கெமாமிலா நான் கொடுக்குறேன், இதுக்கு காஃபி வேலை செய்யாது, பட் ஐ எம் யூசிங் கெமாமிலா நாட் as an acute remedy but as a long term remedy. 1 dose of chamomilla, 1 time, meet me after 1 month. For this 1 month don't drink coffee, but next month I am giving some other drug. இதுக்கும் காஃபிக்கும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை, இதுக்கு குடிச்சுக்கோங்க. அப்படி மாத்தி மாத்தி நம்ம அட்வைஸ் பண்ண முடியுமா? இந்த மாதிரி practical confusions are abundant. So we cannot come to any concrete conclusions or whether coffee has to be avoided or used. The only thing we can safely say is, since it is not an essential item for life, there is no harm in restricting it. I am using the word restrict. Point number 2, if the patient's health condition clearly can be attributed to his overuse of coffee or any other stimulant for that matter, it must be restricted. Just for the sake of prescribing homeopathy, if you are very sure that your drug is going to act, especially if you are following the latest method of fertilization, you need not really restrict coffees, just the sake of ensuring that our medicines act. Prolonged usage of coffee does cause osteoporosis. That is why the mommy with karpura kala and the mamas, and whoever it is. Prolonged coffee intake, profuse coffee intake, thus inhibit absorption of iron from food. Nutritional deficiency, anemia. So, in a disease from which no manifest exciting or maintaining cause has to be removed, then alone the totality of symptoms comes into play. As a maintaining factor, if coffee is there in your patient's life, better get rid of it. And this generalized answer holds good not just for coffee, but any of the umpteen stimulants that he or she may be using. So I think this has been a fair enough conclusion. If still there are any more points to be added, you are most welcome. And I thank the organizers, Homeo Times,